Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series, Halloween, October 31st, 1987. Um, there's some vignettes here and something I don't understand in concept. I will try to cover it for you. My goal is to have everything for 1987 up within the next couple hours. Hopefully that goes according to plan and work doesn't require me to do too much. I also have to run some errands later today, so things are going to be crazy for the next few hours. Can't sleep anyway, might as well do what I can to get this world class complete for you. Hopefully, when it's all complete, we're going to have about 335, 345, somewhere in there. Full episodes, and hope to get that done within the next 7 days for you. Anyway, Killer Brooks and Vic Steamboat is your opening contest. Brooks holding on to a championship of some sort. Steamboat, of course, the storyline brother of Rick Steamboat, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, one of the best wrestlers of all time, my personal favorite babyface of all time. Anyway, Brooks is managed by Percy Pringle. Brooks has been managed by Gary Hart. Brooks has been managed by just about everybody. Brooks also has been here on and off the entire 5-6 year run of World Class. He's been in and out. Steamboat not exactly getting everything he wants out of life in World Class. But even something as simple as the height on his drop kicks, Steamboat's missing something. He can have good matches, but he just doesn't have the complete package put together in the way that a guy who's going to go in the direction of maybe having the ability to be a big guy could do. And so Brooks ends up trying to send Steamboat all around the ring, uses the turnbuckle pad, uses brawling and striking and cheating tactics, everything he can to get an advantage. Obviously, this is meant just to be a match, kind of meant to kill time, slows the match down a little bit. Killer Brooks does have a certain level of in-ring experience, and it's a good idea to have a guy like Steamboat in there with him. Steamboat hits some strikes that, they don't look great, but anyway, the takedown and a win for Killer Brooks. Brooks wins with a kind of step over into, or tries to win rather, into using the ropes, but inside cradled by Steamboat. Steamboat gets the victory, and Percy Pringle throws a tantrum. Billy Burt versus Bruiser Brody. Try saying that 3 times fast. Brody, of course, a mainstay in the area and a guy who has been in and out many, many times. Billy Burt not going to have a good go of it here. Bruiser Brody coming in means trouble for anybody who is in an enhancement role. But anyhow, Burt manages to get a couple of offensive maneuvers or holds on. Brody doesn't go very far. Brody using his size and speed and size, shoulder tackles and the like. Brody takes him over with a side headlock takeover, which is always weird to me when Brody has that rep of being the brawler and the like, when he uses that side headlock or an armbar, something like that. Brody comes back with a big boot right into the face of his adversary. 1, 2, 3. Brody gets the victory. No big surprise there. Chris Adams is back. He says he's been around the world training in martial arts and karate. Talks several minutes about his former world championship nature. Uses, kind of everything from the footwork and judo style throws, karate style throws, trying to show himself as a complete martial artist. Pretty big deal for the time, because martial arts in 1987 was a big deal, and also bringing back the first world champion, Chris Adams, was that, and that's kind of a big deal. Ted Arsini and Matt Bourne up next. Of course, Bourne formerly managed by Percy Pringle, and that did not end well. But anyway, Bourne with some strikes. Arsini is a guy you have to carry through opportunities and matches. Arsini gets some cheap shots in, takes Bourne down. Bourne coming off the stadium with the Iron Sheik just a few weeks ago. I'm kind of questioning the logic of putting him in here with Ted Arsini after this. Arsini, I believe, still holding on to the Texas Championship, and we kind of see shots by Arsini. Arsini, hits the double bicep pose. You can't deny the guy looks like $1,000,000. He may not wrestle like it, but he looks like $1,000,000. He uses that bear hug for quite a number of moments, and then we kind of see. Arsini goes to the outside after Bourne kind of dominates him a little bit. Bourne gets his hands and wins by disqualification, gets his hands on Percy Pringle, chair across the back and spine by Arsini, and then there's the layout. The fans are talked and hyping about the return of Kerry Von Erich. Kerry Von Erich does a workout mock series of matches with guys in his return in the Texas Stadium. It's almost like he has 3 matches in one, like a handicap match, but you can see it's difficult for him to get around. Not even that. He just hasn't found his timing after being off for a year and a half. And it does, come across, and they do that. Kerry's out there with Fritz. They give this segment about 10-12 minutes. Fritz trying to coax his son, obviously. They do show a lot of women in Texas Stadium excited by Kerry's return. I mean, Kerry was and is a heartthrob in the sense of being a big deal. We kind of see Frankie Lancaster being part of this. Kerry takes him down. Kerry takes care of all 3 of the individuals, manages to wrestle, reasonably well, but there's pauses in what Kerry does. There's needing to breathe. He goes over, talks to Fritz a lot. He's not as confident, and maybe it comes by design. Frankie Lancaster part of that. Lancaster tries to stall, Killer Tim Brooks and Brian Diaz talking on the outside. There's just a lot of the whole concept of this workout mid-ring, I think, is to put Kerry over as being a guy who's bigger than any heels or group of heels in the area, but it looks more hokey and kind of difficult than that. I understand Kerry was over probably bigger than anybody in Texas, but when he's needing to sidestep guys and all that, and then you get, Killer Tim Brooks in there, and Kerry has to struggle with him, and the announcers talk about clash of styles, but in reality, Kerry's just a step or 2 behind. We finally do see Kerry get in there, hit the discus punch on Brian and Diaz. Diaz runs away. It's the heels can come in and out at random intervals in a workout scenario. Kerry does walk away, I guess the victor or successful after this, but it wouldn't be the way I would bring Kerry Von Erich back. I would hype his return as a really big thing, and then they do that, but I would save it for a one-on-one match for me. They hype the Von Erich All Over America concept again, which basically is them touring the country, and they close out. So that's the end of October here in World Class of 1987, and we will be back with more right after this.